Well, we came back from Pacific, lost on Saturday night at Pacific. Played well, didn't rebound the ball well. I think they had 7 offensive rebounds in the second half that led to 3 threes and another 2 that hurt us. We started the game with a younger lineup, a team that played really well on Wednesday and didn't start real well. Got down 11-3. Made some substitutions, some rotations, and took the lead at 31-29. I think we were tied at 30-30, or then we fouled a 3 at the end of the half, 4-point play. Questionable, but it was called, obviously. And then second half, even game through the second half until the last couple minutes where we fouled and ended up losing the game. But did some really good things out there and played better. Played well on Wednesday night prior to that against Missouri State. And feeling like the Missouri State and the Pacific game is our first week of having everyone back together. You know, we had Ryan injuries, Lavelle was out, we've had Caleb Morris out, we've had some other guys in and out. So now we've had pretty much 9 players that we've been playing, starting or playing, out of our 14 that we have dressing right now, I guess it is. Waiting for LaShawn Brown to get back. But we've had some really good practices, really good rotations, and feeling good about where we're at. But we should have been here a couple weeks earlier, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. So 2 good games this week, Denver at home, Army at home, before we get into finals break and everyone concentrates on exams. So I always loved finals in college because that was like a week off. You didn't do much, right? Because how can you catch up then when you had a bad, 14 weeks prior to that? You didn't have 1 week to save you. But so we got those 2 games prior, and then we go on finals break. We'll take some time off, and then we play the Michigan Wolverines. Pretty good team right now. Pretty good team. My mother, God bless my mom, she calls the other day, and she says, I've been watching a lot of basketball. She goes, I've watched Michigan's last 2 games. Why are you playing them? I said, Mom, how are you doing today? But then we got Michigan and then Cal Riverside. So we got 4 more games prior to conference play. Mountain West Conference right now, Nevada's playing really well. I think this week they're ranked, 6th? 6th? Yeah. So anyway, stay healthy for us, continue to grow, and these 2 games this week could really help us get ready for the conference play. And actually having 2 home games is good.
Your schedule,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of the teams you played have NCAA tournament experience, maybe not well known in
right.
many households, but was this intentional?
Yeah, we wanted to play a better schedule in non-conference play. Michigan, Colorado, and then the tournament in Bimini, the UMBC team, the High Point team, South Dakota, really good teams played in postseason play. We wanted to play those because we think our November, December will help us be better for January, February. Maybe in the past, some games we've played where you played maybe a lesser opponent, you won some games, but it didn't really help you grow and develop as a team. And then once you get to Mountain West Conference play, it took some time before you got into your rhythm. So hopefully this is what we wanted it to be.
So with some of the injuries you've had, has that kind of put a wrinkle in figuring out your rotation?
It has a little bit. Just with we've had some ankle injuries. We had more ankle injuries here in the first couple months we've had in the last couple of years. So hopefully those are taken care of now. But we're starting to get into our rotation. We've had really good play. If you go to our freshman, A.J. Walker has been good so far. Had some up and down moments, but so far so good. Chris Joyce and Amika and Keaton and that sophomore group have given us good moments. And then our junior group, Lavelle, Ryan, Caleb, Sid, and LaShawn Brown. LaShawn played 2 games and has been hurt, and we're missing that a little bit. But Sid started out well, now is not as scored as much, but he's taking care of the ball. Lavelle and Ryan started slow. Now they're getting into more of their flow. I think Ryan had 20-some points the other night and starting to get back. And Caleb is a really quick scorer and can score points for you. And he hasn't played much except the last 2 games. In the last game, I think he had 15 points and 5 or 6 rebounds. So hopefully we can keep those guys healthy. And then we have – and Purvis, our senior. Purvis is really – the last 2 games has been very effective. He wasn't effective early, trying to do too much. And I think when we had some guys out, we were all trying to hit the home run on the first pitch. And we struggled. And we struggled at times. But now I think we're settling in rotations and getting comfortable playing again with each other. And I think that'll help us as we grow.
For Sid, was it an adjustment just having the ball in his hands, playing the point?
Yeah, it was. And then we've played him and AJ together. AJ's really quick from baseline to baseline with the basketball, one of the quickest players we've had here. So we'll play them together. We'll play them separately. But, yes, just getting into that routine and that rhythm.
With Denver and then Army, you mentioned this is a good week to get better and
Yeah.
what have you. Can you talk a little bit what you see from Denver?
Denver struggling a little bit right now. They've lost some games in a row, and I think they've had some injuries. They had 2 players back against Utah Valley on Saturday. Hasn't played in a while. Well, Torrey Miller, the grad transfer from Denver, hasn't played. That was his first game. And Joe Rosga, one of their better players, who's been a 4-year starter, just came back to action. So they're healthier now. And a rivalry game. We were down 22 points last year. We were down 25-3, 27-5, 27-5. And then we come back and win the game. So, and we've had some good games against them. I think we've beat them 3 of the last 4, haven't we? I think we have, yeah. And then Army we beat them 3 straight. Then they beat us 4 straight, and that's on Saturday. And they're playing their one last game tonight at NJIT before they play us. So those 2 games will be a little bit different from Mountain West Conference games. Maybe not as physical and as big, but more athletic and really good perimeter players. So that'll be a good test for us. But 2 home games for us to settle in and get some home games here will be good for us.
Was this week set up intentionally then because you're calling Denver a rival game, and obviously the Army is
Army game.
the
Yeah,
obvious.
kind of like rivalry week for us here in the non-conference play, and a good games for us going into finals, and also being able to not travel as we head into finals, because sometimes our last week or 2 before finals are a little bit more challenging for our cadets because of the papers and the projects they have to do. I do not. I need to stay away as much as possible from any type of academic areas.
So how important do you think this week is?
Just important our growth. Just to grow, obviously, to get victories would be great as well, but continue to build, because I think the Colorado game, we were not very good in that game. And we were, watching that game again, I apologize. It was not great. And I made the comment a few times, I think our bodies were here, but our legs weren't. I mean, we were walking at times, and we were just dead. And then took some time off to regroup. Coming back from Bimini, I think, wore us out a little bit. And then we were really good against Missouri State. And that was a good team that was 3-3 and just lost to Tennessee, USC, and Murray State. And I think we jumped on them right from the beginning and controlled the game. I thought it was really good. The Pacific game was a little bit physical. It was a kind of a Mount West game because of physicality in their perimeter play. It started out slow, but then after that, for 32 minutes, it was an even game. We just didn't start it well and didn't finish it well. But we grew from that. I thought offensively in that game, we had possessions offensively better than we've had in the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, we were really clicking. It was really good. You saw some continuity of the guys playing together. It was encouraging to see.
I mean, do you think the home crowd could benefit from seeing some victories, and maybe that?
Yeah,
could
definitely.
propel
Spear us into the conference play. Yeah, I think that'd be good. It's always depending on the weather and what else is going on and those type of things. But hopefully, we love the fans who come out. And we hopefully get more. I know it's hard sometimes early to get the cadets out, with everything else that's going on. But hopefully, that'll pick up as well as we move into conference play.
I'm just curious. So this weekend, you guys play Army, and the women play Navy.
They play that Wednesday. Friday. Yeah.
Friday. Why don't you guys play Navy?
2 reasons. Number one is Navy and Army, because they've asked, or do we still want to play? East Coast, within an hour, 2-hour radius driving, you could play your whole schedule, non-conference, because of so many colleges and universities out there. They don't like to travel as far, take away class time and cost as well. So that's a reason Navy, within 30 minutes, they've got how many schools? I think there's 15 schools they told us within 30 minutes they can play. And then we've had a close relationship with their staff. We've worked together, some of our staff with them, and we've talked about playing it. But again, okay, when are you coming out? And we said, no, when are you coming out? Because we do travel. And so I think eventually down the road we will get them, hopefully. But the East Coast schools aren't really receptive to coming out this way because of the time it takes and the cost, and they have so many schools out there. When we were back out east, again, you could be in the bus and just go play all your games without traveling. It's easier on your athletes.
I mean, do you think it would help attendance to have a round robin? The way football does.
Yeah, but they play in the conference together, so they're in the Patriot League together, so they're playing twice. And then one of their games is earmarked the Bell game, or Star game, I think it is, where whoever wins that game gets more points or something else, whatever it is, something like that. So it's hard to do. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
Shot on goal.
You need a little help up there?
Hey, we should do a tandem, right?
Well,
I know.
Finished up, and you're still spewing a bunch of BS.
Exactly. Oh man. So why doesn't hockey play Navy in hockey?
They haven't figured out how to freeze that water yet.
See,
That's the
see,
problem.
see. That's the same point. Same point. No, but we'd like to, and we'd like the others, VMI and Citadel, but they've dropped us. They dropped us. They always want us to come there, right, and not come out here. Well, we don't want to travel everywhere. So, so instead of going to Navy, we're gonna go play Michigan, the third-rate team in the country, or fourth-rate team in the country. That's gonna be a good game.
So do you have a contract with Army beyond this year?
Is this on record here? Because we do, but Mr. Trigo lost it. But no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we do.
And is
It's an
Coach,
inside joke on that one. Okay.
is Coach Snell still at Denver?
He is.
Okay.
He is.
Do you guys still keep in touch?
Yeah. He texted me last night. and I texted him back some sarcasm. Yeah. So yeah, our wives are pretty close. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the lineup. What do you anticipate going with tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, goodness gracious. Tomorrow we may go with a little bit more experience in some of the older players, the junior group possibly. But again, we always wait till we get down for practice, see who's healthy and who's okay. Somebody may have slipped on some ice today and hit their head. That's happened before.
And how did AJ come out of that trip to Pacific?
I think it was good for him because he had 20 points a game before and played really well. Now, obviously, scouting reports took him away from some things. He didn't get us into offense early and often like Sid did. So I think it was a growing experience for him, and I think it'll definitely make him better.
Okay.
Yeah. Hockey. Who we got this weekend? Hockey.
This ain't about hockey.
No,
It's
I'm
about
talking.
basketball.
Wait.
It's about basketball
Okay.
right now.
Hey,
Look,
let me.
basketball
Who?
right now.
I want to do a few
So-
minutes of hockey. Can I do a few
so
minutes of hockey?
you got-
Because here's what I told. What did I tell you last year? I
So
said
you got CU, right? You got CU.
we
You played CU.
Played CU. Yeah.
You play DU.
Playing tomorrow.
You play CU. You play
DD.
DU. Like, why don't you just get the Nuggets down here?
We're trying.
Huh?
Nuggets
they
beat-
don't want to play you, do they?
No, they don't.
Yeah, they want
No.
to. They only play you up there.
That's
won't
right. They don't want
and
us
you
to
got
travel.
and you got Michigan.
Michigan at Michigan.
I'll tell you what, you got big cojones. I like that. You schedule. You know what? Your GM needs to get fired.
That's right.
Yes, your
You're
GM. You got
exactly-
to. Yeah, and your coach need to work a butt off with a schedule like that. I admire you for playing those guys, though. I admire you for playing them.
And I told Coach last year, I don't know anything about anything, but especially hockey, but I'm a big hockey fan. All you got to do is stop the puck. Just don't let the puck in the net, right?
That's
and we
right.
got the Greek Freak. He's good.
We got the Greek Freak, and he is really good.
He
He's really
is.
good after surgery. I'll tell you that. Like, no, he's good. But you know what? You can't beat him if you don't play him, and
right.
you're playing him, and I
know.
admire you for
I
that.
appreciate that.
No doubt. Everybody
Appreciate
in the room does.
Appreciate that. And hockey, who we got this weekend?
We got the Mercyhurst
Hurst
Lakers.
Lakers.
We got the Lakers
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Mercyhurst
yeah.
coming all the way in from Erie. Yep.
And the first thing I do on the road, win or lose, I check our website, see what hockey does because they're always on the weekend. And we sweep 2 on the road. That's pretty darn good. 2 on the road.
Yeah. We got our nips lit the previous one on the road, though. Yeah. We got beat like a rented mule at AIC.
I
The
know.
Bumblebees just thumped us. Yeah, but we made a comeback.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Hey, and when's the Midgie game? Brother versus brother.
Burr-Midgie game is Saturday and Sunday after Christmas. Saturday and Sunday.
I'm going to be here. Can I sit in
New
the
Year's
penalty
Eve.
box in between you two?
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Can I get in the box there?
You can have whatever you want. You can do whatever you
Barney,
want.
can we make
Yeah.
that happen?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You the man.